Well, what's the crack, everybody? How are you getting on? Welcome to another episode of Bookshot. You're 207 or something? I think we're about thereabouts. If you're new, welcome. The number would kind of suggest there's a rake more back there if you want to go for a gander. So today is is it the 19th? I think it's the 19th. Yeah, the 19th of November. You think I'd be able... Well, you see, I'm recording, I just got it done and edited, so I put it out last night to the Patreons. So... I'm not great with switching days back around, so as the general public will hear this, it's the 19th. But this went out ad-free. If ads give you a pain in the hole, or you want to see the full video of today's podcast, go join the Patreon. It's there in the show notes. Or if you follow me on Instagram, go into the old link there. You'll click on through. You'll be in and out. I mean, that's the benefits. You get the ad-free content, early access, and you get the videos to the full podcast. As well as that, we do live shows as well. So we do live shows purely for the patrons every couple of weeks where we have an old natter, few drinks, gets loosey-goosey, and the crack is had. You can do, I can do no more. I can do no more. Gigs tonight, I'm in the Laughter Lounge, and tomorrow night I'm in the Laughter Lounge. There you go. I can't remember off the top of my head what else is coming up in the next few weeks, but I know I can work 2 days in advance. There we go. 1 day even in advance. So 2 days in advance being I'm not gigging anywhere on Sunday. So as you'll hear this, I'm gigging tonight and tomorrow night in the Laughter Lounge with Joe Dowling, Daniel Bryan and John Cleary. So that'll be nice now. That'll be a nice little gig. Anyway, if you do follow me on any of the social platforms, great. If you don't, it's Tom O'Mahony Comedy. There is a merch page as well if you want to get some new. I'm adding some new merch in the next. I'm just waiting until it's final, finished off and polished, and it'll be going on t-shirts and stuff like that. So I'd be throwing it up there just for people to have an old gander. There's a few more bits getting put up. As well as at the Tom and Jerry show, we start recording on Monday. We're going to start recording on Monday for the next season. So, I'm just saying, get on board if you want to with the Tom and Jerry show. There's a rake more there. If you're going, what the hell is he talking about? Jerry with a G. Go have a gander. We've 6 seasons done. There's loads of cursing and swearing and giving out and having the crack. And season 7 will be some of the same. And I would imagine a lot more, where I'll be doing kind of semi-decent impressions of people from the north of England, which is my forte. That's it. That's where we're at. Anyway, moving on to today's guest. He is a veteran of stand-up at this stage. 16 or 17 years doing it. Absolutely has been smashing it all over the UK and has recently moved back to the island of Ireland. Corkonian, living in Belfast. What a hell of a sound guy. We got to gig together in Galway over the Galway Comedy Festival and got to properly hang out, have a bit of crack and whatnot. This was a very enjoyable chat. Sit back and enjoy the brilliant Andrew Ryan.
Big nice gigs in London,
Lovely. And what's London like? Is normal?
Yeah. It's all advisory. So if wear a mask if you want, wear a mask on the train if you can, and all that kind of stuff. It's all advisory, So I wear the mask out of courtesy to other people and myself because I don't want to get ill. I'm not saying, but also I'd fucking wear a mask even if there was no pandemic. Some of the smelly bastards that are out there, like.
Do you know what? I've been welcome to the podcast, by the way. Hello, everybody. This is Andrew Ryan. Comedian. To be fair, we've been talking about 20 minutes before this anyway. But do you know what? I've been saying that for years, though. That the Asians had a thing, they had it right. Like you see lads in Hong Kong and stuff like that, in Beijing, and they're wearing the masks because you're going, yeah, it's smog. But yourself, you'll be in Tesco some Thursday afternoon and there'll be some mad joke standing beside you at the frozen foods aisle. Yeah. And they'll just smell like a fucking death. Like you're going, how do you smell like death? And forever, I think it's well worth keeping an old mask, even when this is gone.
Yeah, I was in China many years ago and they were wearing masks before the pandemic. But as a conspiracy theorist would be like, ooh, they knew it was coming.
Hey, China knew. Of course China knew it was coming. Jesus.
Do you know what? Look, I know it's crazy, but I was flying home there where was I? I was flying over to Vienna. I was in Vienna.
Lovely.
Just before they fucking locked down again there the other day.
Did they?
The unvaccinated. Yeah, it's getting a bit messy over there. But I was sitting next to someone and they smelled.
Wow.
And I made a point of, I have my little travel deodorant,
Yeah.
And I kind of took out my bag, and just kind of, fucking.
Did you kind of lean over and go, huh?
No. I was just like, I that's one thing that bugs me, man, is if you're, people that smell on planes. Ugh,
there's no reason for. Listen, man, I worked in the buildings with some animals, and they'd be sweating and fit, but they all go, like, fellas would go home and have a wash. They wouldn't stink at the end of the day. Like, that takes a few days of just going, fuck it, I won't wash again today.
Oh. It's just I don't know what sort of mindset people are in, but like, I'm one of these, I'll shower once a day, maybe twice, depending on if I go to the gym or not. And even if I'm going out at work, like, I'll shower in the morning. I haven't showered in the morning because I am just up, but I'll shower after this. And then if I'm gigging tonight, so what I'll do is I'll shower about 7:30 after my dinner.
Lovely.
Yeah. Feeling fresh, leaving the house, feeling fresh, feeling good, positive. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I kind of like look at it. Like,
yeah, and there comes a point where I wonder, do they even smell themselves anymore? Smelly bastards.
But you know what? These people live alone.
Yes.
They don't have a partner. You can always tell which ones, like, these, because if they're not washing for 2 days, your husband or girlfriend or wife or whatever isn't going to fucking put up with that.
No.
You know what I mean? It's like, and then what you do is I remember I worked in an office once and I had to confront someone about their body odor. It's a very, because people who work in offices, like, sometimes, you're spending 7-8 hours a day with people, spending more time with them than you are with your fucking family. And like, I was a HR manager, and there was a couple of complaints coming in about a guy that he smelled, but this was a very regular thing. Like, people, it's something that happens in offices a lot. Bad BO, and staff members who are sitting next to them, they can't cope with it. So I pulled this guy up anyway, and I said, "This is a quick chat with you." And he's like, "Yeah." And I said to him, nothing major. It's just just kind of wondering, like, just getting a bit of a BO smell off you. Is everything okay at home? Kind of thing. And he was like, he was a bit like, "Oh yeah, I am a smelly bastard." And I was like, yeah. Is there any way that you could, like, deodorant or anything like that? Like, and then he was like, deodorant. He said to me, "Oh, deodorant's against my religious beliefs and stuff like that." And I was like, "Oh, here we go." And eventually he sorted it out, like, but that's very common, in workplaces, BO, like.
I remember a mate of mine, his missus, they were headed this big accounting crowd down in Cork. Oh, they were a big company. They were near Mahon Point. And one of the days I was with him, and she said, "Oh, we must swing over and pick herself up." She sat in. She looked like a woman who'd been in the war. Like, she was like, "Fucking hell, I'm going to have to say it. I can't do another full day." And everybody's complaining about her. I was getting all juicy. So, "Go on, what is it?" And essentially, this young one, she was an Italian young one, was working with him, and she was gone so deep into, like those Second Life, they call it. It's like those simulation computer games where you can walk around and have a job and everything as a computer character and build your house. Like,
Sims.
Yeah. Sims, yeah, it's like this shit. And this one was gone so deep into that, apparently to the point that she was literally just pizza coming to the door. She just about opened the door, pay your man, sit down, just back in. She apparently had a husband and everything in it. She fucking was worth a fortune in this computer game. But, like, to the point you could smell what seat she'd been sitting on if they were sitting in a random office. Like, it was that rank. Like, they were having to burn shit after her and stuff. But she to pull her aside and go, "Listen, girl, you're gonna have to stand out in the rain or something. Something's gotta happen."
You'll be on what you call it, Ireland's dirtiest houses.
Oh, fuck all that. I'm not. No way.
Do you know what I mean? When they open the door, like, and it's like cans of Tanora from 1924. And like a bottle of Sidona that's been used as toothbrush washer, you know what I mean?
There's always bottled milk cartons full of piss as well for some reason.
And it goes yellow. It's I lived with someone once in England, and they were untidy to the point where it would make me very anxious, because, like, what I did was I said, like, "Listen, he was a bit of a drinker. He was a lovely fella, actually, a really nice guy, but he was drinking a lot." And I said to him, "Listen, can we? I wouldn't be a drinker in the house,
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. during lockdown, I had a few glasses of wine and all that, like, but I like to go out for my pints.
Yes, yeah.
You get caught in a bit of a trap. There's nothing wrong with doing it, having a beer on a Tuesday, watching the football and stuff like that. But if you're doing it every night of the week and you're drinking 10 cans a night, that's so I said to him, like, can we not drink in the house, like, you know? And he was like, yeah, it's fine. But sure, didn't he start drinking in his bedroom?
Ah, fuck.
And one day I went in to get a phone charger and I walked in and I must have saw about 19 cans, 3 small bottles of whiskey, and I just went, oh. And then he got gout.
Whoa, fuck.
Then I went, I'm not going to mention it because I don't want to be like, I was in your room when I saw this. Do you know what I mean? So I just moved out, you know, like it's very hard to confront that kind of stuff, you know. Sometimes it's more like, if I've got the power, if I can, what I do is I'm the type of guy where I don't like conflict. So what I do is I just withdraw and I just go elsewhere.
A lot of times, Sandra, because you'll get no fucking benefit from it either. But especially if they're nice, like I had that in college, but they were two absolute dickheads of women. Like they didn't even like themselves. They were such dickheads, but they were the messiest, smelliest bastards you ever came. So I had no angst whatsoever about having a word. And it was because I felt like I was doing the planet a favor by having a word with these people. Like just, you know, you come in, I worked a part-time job and I remember I used to come in and every time it caught me, you'd kick off the shoes underneath the stairs and you'd come in and you go fucking just to sit down on the sofa because everybody was in bed, but they had left a half a plate of spaghetti bolognese just where your foot would stomp down as you sit. Yeah, at least 24 times that happens. You're like, all right, okay, we're going to have a fucking word here. Yeah. Well, we'll be here for the whole podcast if I told you about it. Had you done comedy before you left for England?
No.
Had you not?
No, I started in England, yeah.
So did the notion come to you in England, or were you like?
Oh, I wanted to be a comedian since I was 14. I actually did a comedy gig when I was 14 at my at a family gathering. I stole a load of Billy Connolly jokes.
Brilliant.
And I just stood up in the sitting room in front of like 15 people and I smashed it.
Did you do the accent?
Oh, fucking builders were in putting the roof back on. And then about 2 weeks later, there was another, I don't know, it was like a communion and I stole a load of Bill Bailey jokes. I was 14 and then I died on my hole. And I've never forgiven Bill Bailey for that. And that was it. No, do you know what it was, Tom? Like I love being Irish, but I had no confidence living in Cork because I wanted to do comedy and I wanted to be in art, and I was just like, it's like living in fucking. If you were living in Clonmel and you want to be a comedian, you have to leave.
You have to, like, you no choice. Like they're looking at you like, what? Like as if you just said you wanted to just join Elon Musk and head to Mars.
Oh, like if you turn around to someone, and I remember somebody said to me, "You want to be a comedian?" And I was like, "Yeah," and they're like, "You're off your fucking head, boy. You're not funny at all." And I was like, "Oh yeah, thanks for buying that ticket to see me in the Everyman last year, though, by the way." There's a little bit of Irish begrudgery.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's actually a very good motivational tool for people. It's a bit like to be honest with you, like when I started doing comedy in England, no one knew me, so I never told anyone. So the reason is because you know yourself, Tom, when you start, it's fucking shit. Like,
oh yeah. Yeah.
It's like, I'll never forget. This is, people talk about like, oh, you just go up there for 20 minutes. No, you don't know what goes on. Like, people don't know what goes on in trying to become a comedian. Now, I was doing comedy. I didn't buy my first laptop till I was 31 years of age, and I'm still in my 30s. Okay? So this is how I started. I moved to Manchester purely because my brother had moved to London. I didn't want to follow him. And I thought, I'll go to Manchester for 6 months. I've got family there. I love my football. I got a job online. I applied for a job in a bank. Got it. On my parents' old fucking dial-up laptop that you had to wait for the internet connected. Did a phone interview. Got it. And I thought, you know what? What's 6 months of your life when you're 23?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
When I was 23 years of age, this is a true story now, right? I'll say this to anyone. I was 23 years of age and I could not remember one thing that I did when I was 22 that stood out. So I went through a whole year of my life, going to work, going to the pub at the weekend for pints. That was it. I didn't go to any concerts. So I couldn't remember anything that I achieved that year. And I thought to myself, because life was so monotonous. I was working in the HSC in the finance department, and I was working with really nice people, but it was just a normal 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
Boring. You go home for your dinner in the evening, watch TV, go to bed, get up, watch TV, go to bed, go to work, watch TV, go to
what
bed.
gave you that, like, the self-reflection at that age? Because most lads are just fucking hammering into it, just going, that's grand, and it's 35 when they go, fuck, I've done nothing.
Exactly, yeah. Well, what I was I read a couple of books. A friend of mine gave me a book. Now, I wouldn't be a massive reader now. I'm getting a bit back into it, but it was only about 150 pages. Very, very. It's called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. Very common book, right? And I'm a bit skeptical of self-help industry. Like there's a fucking guy out there. He's written 5 confidence books, and I was like, "Why'd you need 5?"
I know. You couldn't get it on the first one.
Surely the first one is the one that gives you the confidence. Not. So I used to write jokes, but I say like, well, on the 5th book, is he like losing confidence in what he's offering? Like, why do you need 5 books? Like,
yeah.
So I read this book, and it just said I'd rather go over. So I went over with a bag, £390 sterling in my pocket, 2 bags, and 16 years later, I'm back in Ireland now, but like after 16 years, just before the pandemic, I mean, I wouldn't have changed my life at all. Like what you build up, like, I mean, I used to go to the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And stand at the back, sit at the back on my own, Saturday night, sit, watch the show. The first show I ever saw in England, this was the lineup, right? Mark Watson, MC. Mark Watson was the MC. No, sorry, Stephen K. Amos was the MC. Mark Watson, opening act. John Bishop, break. Mickey Flanagan, Mick Ferry.
Fucking hell.
That was a Saturday night at the Comedy Store, right? But there used to be a newspaper in England called the Manchester Evening News, and every Friday they would have comedy listings, and you'd have all the 6 or 7 gigs that are on that week. And I used to take that, and I used to basically after work I used to walk to the venues because I didn't have Google Maps on my phone or anything.
Yeah.
And I used to see, that's that venue, and I tick it off, and then I'd walk to another venue, so I knew where the venues were. So after work, I'd go home and I'd get changed, and I'd get the bus back in, and I'd get there for 8 o'clock, and I'd just sit at the back. And then I realized comics congregate at the back.
Right, yeah, of course.
And I'd be standing next to someone, next thing he's going on, and he comes back, and I was like, oh, well done. There's a break. You start talking to them. Hey, man, how do I get like a gig?
Yeah.
And they, comics love talking about being a comedian. So like, he was like, well, if you speak to this person, and then this guy comes over and says, hi, look, how do you get like a one-off tryout? And they're like, oh, go to this gong show, go to this. So I rang them and put my name down, and I spent the first sort of year doing gongs and 5 minutes. Not very well, like
no.
It wasn't good, but I got to know people.
Yes,
and
yeah.
Next thing it was like, do you want to go for a pint? I was like, yeah, I'll go for a pint. And next thing you know, a pro comic will turn up.
Yes.
And everyone's like, oh my God, he's a pro comic. You know what I mean? And then next thing, you get told about a forum, and you get told about this, and you get told about that, and then you become part of a culture, you become part of a movement. And so when I started out, people that were coming up when I started, so we were all doing 5 and 10 minutes together. Chris Ramsey, Joe Lycett, Sam Gore, Dan Nightingale, Adam Rowe was a bit behind me, Chris Stokes. Like, what a roster I came up on,
Yeah, Jesus Christ, yeah.
What a great roster. And like, I was supporting Joe Lycett at the Hammersmith Apollo there just before the pandemic. We used to live together. Do you know what I mean? Way. Yeah, we became friends. We used to live together in Edinburgh.
He wasn't the fellow with the drinking problem, was it?
No. No, but you know what I mean? And like, they become your friend. And then it's like, oh, I'm doing the Apollo. And I'm like, brilliant, do you want to support me? Like, you walk out to 3,500 people. And we met at the back of a gig, an unpaid 5-minute spot at a gig in Manchester. Both wanted to be comedians. And now,
Well, there does seem to be I won't say a clear path, but there definitely seems to be kind of almost proper academy style levels to stand up in the UK, doesn't there? Like, there seems to be, well, this is what you need to do with this, and this is where you need to be next, and this is where you can aim for. It seems to be it's a bit more loosey-goosey in Ireland. I suppose we just don't have the population to form an infrastructure, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a great infrastructure in the UK. That's why people go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I put it down to like, why is comedy so popular in the UK? And I think it comes down to the British Empire. These people like to be in charge, and they like to be entertained. Entertain me. I am the British Empire. You know, like, so that's why. So comedy in England is like a fucking GAA match here. People go to it. So you might go only once every 6 or 8 weeks to a match, but you'll know about it and you'll follow it, and it's popular.
Yes.
And that's why Canadians, Irish, and Americans, we all go over. And like over there, I think there's, especially in London, where I predominantly gig, is there's 2 circuits, right? So there's the pro circuit, which is like the comedy stores and all that kind of stuff, which is, you know, you're on with like top of the top range.
Yeah.
Then you have the open mic circuit, which is very tough. You know, it's very, very hard work doing gigs, no money, 6 people in an audience. And then, you know, trying entering new act competitions. And if you get to a final, some agents will turn up and look at who's got potential and all this kind of stuff. And it's a slog. And all these people are living in London, paying London money, probably with full-time jobs, you know, and a lot of them fall off because they can't fight.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So you get a lot that fall off. So, but I'm very lucky. I started in the northwest of England, and because it's such a smaller area with a lot of comedy, you get to play big rooms very quickly. So like I was doing 10-minute spots at new material nights in front of 300 people.
Fucking hell.
To get 300 people in London is there's only like 2 gigs that do that.
Jesus, yeah. Holy shit.
And comedy in London is every gig in London, top secret's about 200. Comedy Store is 400. Both shows 160. And they're top gigs, but there's very few 300 plus rooms in London.
I suppose there's rates of just the little ones, all right, yeah.
Yeah, there's rates of 80 to 150 seats, and you'll do 4 of them a night if you're getting a weekend run, you know?
Yeah, because it can almost be to its detriment to the structure of a thing, because what I've noticed and been over and back to London a few times is that you'll often see comedians, and you know there's a lineup of maybe 5 comedians, and there's 4 of them they're literally doing impressions of comedians that are already famous. You're like, what? Why the fuck would you just do your own thing? Like, but I remember, I'll never forget, it was this week of gigs I was doing, and the last one on a Saturday night, it's a very strange gig, but it was a nice gig. It was in this room of about 200 people upstairs in this very old bar that was in the business district. It was obviously a preservation on this bar. It stuck out like a sore thumb. But it was myself, Mike Gunn, and there's a couple more very good comedians, and Lisa Lex, was it what? No. Laura Lex was hosting, and I'd been on a gig with her earlier in the week, and I was coming on after the break, and it was a kind of tough room, and that it was so brightly lit, and the lads didn't really set it up right, but it was grand. You know yourself, you've done way worse than this. Like, you're going, there's people all pointing in the right direction. We'll be okay. But a lad who was, I would have imagined he was a strong comedian, but he just pulled up short, kind of went, fuck this. And then they had a break, and she went, would you go a little longer? I went, yeah, no bother. I'm here all night. It's fine. But she went, and don't worry. I went, in my own head, I'm thinking, I'm not worrying. You're grand. She went, they'll like you. And I was thinking, oh, here we go. She's going to say, because you're Irish. I went, because you're funny, like. I went, is that not the primary goal, Laura?
Yeah.
That's not the primary goal. It's not just to get through this. It's to actually be funny for these people because they've paid £15 a ticket to come fucking see this thing. Like,
oh, there's a lot of shit.
Yeah,
and like, but the thing is, I'm very lucky in a way where, you know, you I suppose I've been there for a while, where I suppose I'm very lucky that most people know me, so I can kind of like contact a promoter and they'll be like, oh yeah, but then I know what to avoid.
Yes, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know exactly what to avoid, and sometimes for me, not working is better than working.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not in it for money or anything like that. Like I'm in it for the quality. Like, so this weekend gone, I did 4 shows in Liverpool, and every one of them was an absolute belter.
Of course, yeah.
He said to me, "Oh, I've got another gig on Sunday," and such. I'm like, "No, that doesn't suit me to do that now, because number one, I haven't heard of it, and number two, I've seen the lineup, and I'm like, it's not a gig I want to do, you know." Like, there's other people that like, well, it's like I try to only do 4 nights a week because I realize burnout can really hurt me, and like, I think when you get established in the UK, you get well known in the circuit, you kind of you kind of like that a lot, but you also want to get off it.
Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah.
You work so long to get onto the circuit and get the quality circuit gigs, the Glees, the comedy stores, whatever. You're like doing that. As soon as you get that, you're like, well, I want to get fucking off this now. Because you feel like you've completed it, mate. You know.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? So that's what I'm working on now. Is to go up to that next bit.
And the next bit being your own show tour and all that.
Yeah, like I've done it. Me and Chris Kent did a little tour in England, and I'm working on my next tour now. And I've started, very luckily, touch wood, started to get a bit more telly again in England. Like I did a set for Comedy Central last week, and the night that I was filming, there was say 10 of us on. I only knew 5 comics. The rest had only been going 3 years or 4 years, or do you know what I mean?
What business had they there then?
I don't know. They were still good, but they were, got picked to do this TV slot, like, and they were all really good. No one had a bad gig or anything like that. But the strange thing is that a TV record and a stand-up gig and a stand-up club are very different gigs.
Very different.
People don't realize. So, like, there was some people there who were doing their first ever gig in front of a camera. Yeah, I'm very lucky. I've done a bit here and there, and I just said to them, guys, just play it like you're smashing it.
Yeah.
Just play it like I say. If you do a joke and you know this joke gets you a round of applause 99% of the time, I guarantee you're not going to get a clap tonight.
Yeah, of course.
Just play it like you got the clap. Not in that way. But like, and then that was grand. Like the gig was great. I enjoyed it, and it was, don't get me wrong, it wasn't a rip roaring standing ovation type of gig. It was just a nice sort of gig, and you come away and you go, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that, because I know when that gets cut up and put out, that'll show me in a good positive light, rather than me sweating, worrying why they aren't laughing at this and not smiling and being pissed off with the crowd. You're not playing to the crowd, you play to the cameras.
Yeah. Because they can fuck it up too. Like I've done a couple as well, and the very first one I did, the lads producing it made an absolute bollocks of it. Like they forgot to mic the audience. They mixed up all their shots. Like they literally had cutaways to nights that I knew. They cut away to a mate of mine who I knew wasn't there that night. It was on over 3 nights, this Irish competition thing, and they cut away to a lad who wasn't even there that night. You're like, fuck's sake. But I did another one, and this is how it can almost go sideways. It was in Galway 2019, and it was in a tent, fucking cold day, cameras, huge cameras everywhere, audience weirded out, but Danny O'Brien went up and burst his hole to get an atmosphere going, and basically pointed out the elephant in the room. Look, lads, there's cameras, don't mind them, we're going to have a good time, and had worked his hole off to get the point a good level. And I'd asked to go on first because I had a play to do on the other side of the fucking country in Dundalk. So I went, right. And like the fucking Ultimate Warrior at the back, I was like, this is great. We're right. Going to go on. And just I'm about to go on, this producer comes over with a headset. This is where it can, again, they don't give a fuck. She comes over, she goes, Tom. I went, yeah. She went, yeah, I'm going to need you to pause for about 30 seconds from when he says your name. And then we'll cut that together. Like, just, I said, what, do you want them to stay clapping for 30 seconds? For what? What's up? She went, well, there's something on the stage that we need to get off. I said, what the fuck is it? The stage looks fine. Went, well, there's an extra microphone stand that shouldn't be there. I tell you what, you have a fella waiting. I'll fuck it off to him. How's that? She's like, no. And O'Brien had just called my name. She went to catch my arm and everything. I fucking ran. Whoa! Like ran. Because he had we waited that 30 seconds of continuous, I don't even have to tell you. You're going, you get exactly, but she didn't get that. She went, we'll just cut it together in the edit and be fine. I was like, no, I'll have to break my bollocks. And again, it was it was a lovely gig. Yeah, and when it did finally cut together, it looked like it a great gig, but it was only a lovely gig. But it was as good as it could be.
Yeah.
But
they don't see it from a performers, we get quite anxious about audiences and setups, and even things like, I'll give you an example, like this now, right? I turned up at a gig once, and the guy that was teching was a musician, so he teched the mic, he wrapped the mic lead right around the stand
to keep it out of your way, like, of course, yeah.
So I'm walking out and I'm like, hello.
Oh no.
Hi. How's it going? 1 second.
Oh,
I look like a fucking twat. So the audience are looking at me going, "Oh my god, this guy doesn't know anything about microphone stands. It's going to be shit." So the audience retreats.
Yeah, and it's only 3-4 seconds.
Grab that stand, one slip, move well.
Yeah.
Right. And I was doing 2 nights, and I just said after that, I said, guys, I was hosting the show, you see. So I never checked it. So because the next night I turned up and I went, guys, you have to unwrap that. You cannot have a wrapped lead on
Yeah, I looked like a fucking langer trying to get this yoke off for 20 seconds.
I was like, well, musicians, we're not fucking musicians. Musicians stand and play the fucking guitar. We fucking walk like, you know.
I could just,
nothing.
Yeah.
So there's just stuff like that like piss you off. And I can understand your feeling there, like trying to come on stage. Like you're going on stage, there's cameras. They're going to be anxious because there's cameras. Danny's working his ass off. And then there's a loose microphone. So you walk on and go, well, everyone has to go, listen, I'm just going to hand this back to the crew there. It's going to go into Lost and Found or whatever. Right? You know what I mean? As a joke.
Yeah.
You take that. There you go. Fucking give me too many mics. Anyway, take that. Anyway, how are you all getting on? Do you know what I mean?
Start recording. There you go. It's and the audience have lost nothing. Like, you know what I mean?
Also, your calmness in dealing with that gives the audience confidence that you're like, this guy is not nervous about not getting a laugh for 20 seconds. Because like, it's about being in that sense of control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not paying for someone's time. You're paying for their experience.
Yes.
That's what you're paying for. Like, you go to a show, it's like, I paid 40 quid to watch Nicky Flanagan. He was only on for an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, but that hour and 20 minutes, you were just immersed. You're paying for the experience to bring you in for an hour and 20 minutes. That hour and 20 minutes took him fucking a year to get.
Yes. Yeah.
Not only get the material, you got to learn how to perform it, which order to put it in. You got to, your extra lines, your taglines, your cheekiness with it, how you're going to walk around the stage. People don't get it.
No. But if you had to break it down for people too, it'd get very fucking boring. Not boring, but
Very boring.
You'd ruin it for people. Like you go, no. I don't want to know. I don't want to know the magic. Jesus Christ, no. Are you like in 16? Like there's hardly anywhere I'd say you haven't gigged at this stage. Like
I've gigged everywhere in England and Scotland and Wales, and I've my list of places I'll never go again. purely because I'm not going there again.
Yeah.
Because of the travel. If I normally drive everywhere, and I've no kids, so I don't really care about my carbon footprint. So like, I'm not really producing, so don't be having to go at me about the environment. I'll fly and drive as much as I fucking want. I'm like that. Like I'm like, well, I don't have any kids, and I'm not producing kids, so therefore, I should be allowed to do what I want.
Well, the value of a kid anyway, at the very least, that's a lot. You could have a 3-liter fucking diesel at that stage. So if that's
I'll do what I want, mate. And not in an arrogant way, but I'm actually saying, people say, well, I've got 3 kids, we need to care about them. Stop having fucking kids then. I've no kids, so I'll fly to Spain if I want to, baby. Well, I gig all over, man. Fucking some nights, man. Some crazy nights. So,
but you must you've done the whole Emirates. Have you done? Obviously, you've done Dubai and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm going out. I'm actually going out again in December for the World Cup.
Oh, are you
performing out in Dubai? I'm actually there for 10 days, and I'm there for the round of the last 16 in Qatar. So I'm actually going to try and go over to Qatar to see that shit show. That is going to be. I've been to Qatar. How they got a World Cup, with respect. I understand maybe the Middle East should get a World Cup. I don't know, but it could have gone to Bahrain, UAE, Saudi all together.
Yes,
rather than fucking Qatar. Qatar is like fucking County Kerry, man.
Back of beyond, is it?
Like back of beyond. How much they paid to win that World Cup, I'll never know, man. How they fucking won that is beyond me.
Any place that has the medical name for phlegm at the back of your throat, Qatar, like, come on now.
Have you been there?
No, I haven't. I've been to Dubai, all right, like, but I've heard Qatar is it's the kind of simplistic brother of. It was described to me in a very poetic way by a German fella. He was basically what he was trying to say was a fucking kip.
Basically, it's what's the best way to describe it now? It's it's your adopted cousin that has a drink problem. You're like, he's part of family, but he causes so many problems.
Those lads, do you remember the group of lads that were sitting in, we did a lovely little show in Galway, in that hotel room.
Oh yeah.
But those group of lads that were up the front, they're all living in Dubai.
Oh, where are they? Were they?
Yeah, yeah, all the English lads, they're all living in Dubai.
So they are here on a jolly.
Oh yeah, that's all. One of the lads actually was, I think, the biggest of the lot of them. I think he doesn't have a lot of miles left on the clock. And they were like, let's fucking go to Ireland for the crack. Let's just
pick or something, was he?
He's not in the, they reckon 2 years. But we went, let's go fucking enjoy our time with this lad. Like, so they loved being abused that night. Like, they fucking loved it.
Yeah.
But they all live in Dubai, the whole lot of them. So they'll definitely be there front row when you arrive.
Strange place to live, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I couldn't wrap my head around. I suppose unless you were, you had a business set up in the service industry or something like that. I couldn't. As soon as they told me they blow, I think I just can't buy into the thing. And when it's all fur coat and no knickers, like when you have that huge Burge fucking thing, and they've no drainage system, they've no sewerage. They have to back up shit trucks every morning to pump the fucking toilets. Like, you're like, come on.
No, but the road, the infrastructure on the roads is horrendous. Like, I've been out there maybe 4 times, right? And I understand the reasons why people wouldn't go there.
Yes.
But it's not morally correct and stuff like that. Well, I said, I find it's like you can have morals about one thing, but like it's not morally correct to have homeless people in a rich country like Ireland.
No.
You know what I mean? Where do you fucking draw? You have to live your life as well. Like, I'm not not going to Dubai is not going to change fucking Dubai. So I know people have lived out there, and I go out there for the golf.
Yes.
So I go out there and I work, and in the tour that I do, I get 3 days off in the middle. So I play golf in the 3 days. You see. So I get a bit of a holiday. I use it as a holiday,
Yeah.
And every time I go out there, the last 2 days, I always remember I'm always bored.
Right.
I always feel like I've done it now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's only, tits and teeth. Like,
yeah,
that's all it is. Like,
yeah.
And the fakeness. I've been to the nightclubs. I remember playing pool with a guy for money in a place called Downtown, which is like a pub, and you go in, and it's just like fucking. It's like a Waxy O'Connor's type pub,
All right.
Irish type thing, right? And there's a pool table there, and you go in, and it's a bit not seedy, but like you go in there and be a load of lads in there now from fucking Leitrim now with their fucking wives like that are 20 years fucking younger than them.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, geez, that senior hurling didn't work out for you, like. So you just, anyway, I was in there one night. It was me and the other comic, we were playing pool, and this guy come up and he was like, do you want to play? And I was like, yeah. And I used to play quite competitive pool in Ireland.
Okay.
So at one point I was ranked 92nd in the world in Ireland at pool, right? And I used to travel Ireland in a waistcoat and play tournaments.
Did you?
Yeah,
had you a little case now for your...
I had a case, man. I used to play for a pub called the K11 Cork. We played in the Cork League and all that.
Yes. Yeah.
And I would say, I can finish from the break, no problem and all that. But I play European rules and all this. And I was like, how much are we playing for? You might want to play for like tenner or something like that. I was like, oh yeah, great, tenner's great. He was a fucking shark.
Stop.
Oh, he was a shark. So he broke, and I just remember him. I could tell, you can tell within 2 shots.
Right. Yeah.
Of course. It's like golf, you can tell from the swing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And the person's attitude, and he's looking at shots, and the way he's looking at shots and all that. And I went, oh, I'm getting done here. Like, he's going to. Anyway, he beat me anyway. And I was like, no, you're grand. It's like 10 quid a pint. So every time you know what I mean?
You're down a pint.
Yeah. And like, he just kept on harassing me to play pool with him because no one would play with him, And I got chatting to him, and I was like, how long are you living here? He's like, 8 years. And I was like, it's Saturday night, man. Where are your buddies? And he was like, I don't have any friends.
Oh, man.
It just seems like, to me, it kind of just summed it up. Like,
yeah.
Like, you're out there. It looks amazing. It is amazing. But I'd say you're incredibly lonely.
Yeah, but again, it's a cultureless fucking place that they built out of the desert, like,
And it's dodgy as fuck as well. It's like living on a cruise ship, I think.
Yes, yeah. That's because you started a golf pod, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Now a very special announcement happening in the next week or 2.
Oh, excitement! Oh, we can't reveal it just yet, can we?
I can't reveal it yet, but we're in talks. I'm actually starting my golf. It'll be basically we're getting close to having I'm working with a company in England about doing my own golf show, which I wrote a couple of years ago, but it's going to be online and a big production, like, so basically, like, so we're very close to starting. So the golf podcast has led me to this place.
Brilliant.
So we're changing it all up now. So I haven't done it for a while because we're launching something else, if you know what I mean. And I had a meeting in England there, and I was in Manchester on Saturday, and we had a meeting with a couple of guys who they actually run Stratford Paddock, which is the Man United channel. They've got like 1 million subs or something like that. And one of the guys is like, we want to do golf, and I have a lot of people I know in golf that are pros and stuff like that. We've come up with a structure, like a comedy golf show.
Yes.
And, to go online, and we're going to release an episode every week. And we record in a studio in Manchester. So I'm going to fly to Manchester every Monday.
That'd be class.
Yeah. So the golf season starts in January again. So we're looking to launch at the start of January when the tours in Europe and America start. So we're aiming for we start when the season starts, if you know what I mean. Kind of thing. So
it's genius, because I remember it was probably 2 years ago, a friend of herself's husband, big into the golf. And he was like, I'd love to start a golf podcast. I said, you really should. I said, it's huge in Ireland. It's fucking huge. You could puck a ball from one fucking course to another. Like I worked in building golf courses for 5 years. Like the fact that there was a job for me as a civil engineer building golf courses just in Ireland.
What was that like?
It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I went from building houses, bored shitless building houses and building roads and stuff, and then got poached by this crowd who went, we really need an engineer to build our golf course. I went, all right, let's go. We did a couple in the UK, but it was mostly just the island of Ireland. Like Lough Erne. I did Lough Erne. That's
the kind of stuff we want to get you on the podcast for.
Oh, bring it on. Yeah.
We've got a guy here who's built Lough Erne, and then you're like, well, we played Lough Erne. It's fucking shit.
Yeah. Tell me why. Because I tell you one thing, story for your podcast. I have plenty of them, but I remember having a row with fucking Nick Faldo.
Really?
Yeah. But in fairness, he's one of the only designers, a golfer, big names. A lot of them stick their name to a fucking golf course, but they'll just look in over the fucking wall and go, okay, good luck. And that's it. But
yeah, they're getting the money for it. Like,
oh yeah, Retief Goosen. Like, Retief's a gas cunt. Like, just yeah. No problem, bro. Just throw it. It's like, you want to see more? Nah, it's fine. And
but he's not going to be a member there, is he? Well, he's probably got membership for life. But like,
oh yeah,
fucking turn up, is he?
But it was Faldo actually had real design, like proper, like he changed the whole back nine. Like he just went and he pretty much turned it all the other way around. Like it was mental, but
really?
It worked. Yeah. So it's the golf podcast is such a good idea because it's huge in Ireland. You see any petrol station at 7:30 on a Saturday morning in this country is just full of lads in gear.
Put joy and Under Armour going.
Yeah. And what's so funny, like, is that no matter how old we get, we still follow trends, don't we? Like, still have heroes. Like, you see all the lads dressing like Dustin. You know what I mean? You see all the lads like just dressing like the trendy American lads now. Like, it's like, yeah, good, great.
It's the perfect game for a comedian because you can play on your own, and you can play on a Monday morning when everyone else is at work, and you don't have to be part of a team in terms of, if you play 5-a-side, you have to commit to Tuesday and Thursday nights. We can't commit to that.
Yeah, of course.
You get a phone call on a Monday and you go, Tom, listen, there's a private show there, a little corporate there for you for the fucking credit union in fucking Mullingar. Will you go up there and do 20? And you're like, I'm fucking on the road, boy.
On the road, not a bother.
And then you got to ring the lads and go, lads, listen, I'm out for the big match there at the weekend because I'm gigging in fucking Galway or something like that. We are so unreliable. Comedians are the most unreliable social animals.
It's such a valid point.
My nephew, my godson, made his communion on Saturday. And I was like, fuck, I'm going to miss it. I then missed my other fucking godson's communion, my other nephew's communion. Do you know what I mean? Like, I miss so much stuff. And I overcompensate then as an uncle. I go, right, I normally give you 50 now. I'll give you 100 because I feel bad.
Yeah. You know I mean? You're like that vacant parent, that absentee parent.
And that's what I realized with the pandemic was actually, so in my calendar now for the rest of the year, I have at least 7 days in a row off a month. So I have a full week off.
Yeah. Oh, you're dead right.
And I just go, you know what? Once I can like cover myself financially, I'm very lucky to touch wood to this be my job. After that, I'm not chasing it. Like, I mean, the cryptocurrency now, that's what I do. I love the crypto. Like,
It's melting my fucking brain, that crypto stuff.
Are you doing that? Are you doing that?
Well, I'm very close. Herself's two brothers are. They're complete computer security nerds. Like, that's what they do. But they live in Germany, and one of the lads, he set up an office in Madeira. I don't know why. He's in Brussels. But he's over and back to Madeira, and he's like, man, you got to come in on board with this with me. Like, no, you've seen now they are very wealthy as a result of it. But I'm like, it'd just be my luck to just jump in at the old pyramid scheme.
Yeah, you jump in just as the Titanic is hitting the iceberg.
Yeah. Somebody throws me a violin and start playing. Come on, we're going to.
Well, you know what? I have a couple of buddies of mine that are in it, and I whenever I have a few quid lying around, I'm not talking a few quid. I'm talking like €100 here, €50 here. I'm not rich, like, so, like, it's not like fucking, I'm going to put the mortgage on Bitcoin, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a bit like you said, like, if you can put in, say, $2,000, and then in 3 years' time, that $2,000 could be worth 7.
Well, that's a great return.
That's a great return, but you got to be prepared to lose $2,000.
Yes. Yeah. With you, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so, but I think if you actually look into it, like, about how it's working, the ledgers, and so it's like, how it's coming in and what it's about. Like, so there's a crypto that I invest in called XRP, and that's it's about doing automatic transactional payments instantly.
Okay.
So it's the software. So if you want to transfer money from Pakistan to America, it's that software that gets it from Pakistan to America instantly. Whereas before, you go to a bank. I think this is how it works. You go to a bank, you want to transfer €100 to America, and you say get $100. Well, it takes 5 days, and the bank are going to take $6 off you as a fee, and then you're going to lose on the rate. So to send 100 quid, it's going to cost you $9, and then that other person's only going to get 91, right? This is the platform that sends $100 to $100.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean? So it's that engineering that's in that platform is what you kind of investigate.
Okay, well, that makes perfect sense to me, because then you're investing in an actual, like, an infrastructure, like an actual.
You're investing, and then there's all different stuff. There's all different cryptos. It's all like, back office technology. Right. Yeah. So, like, when you're on your phone and you type in you put your thumb next to it to type, and then your thumb reads your fingerprint and your phone opens. That technology that's at the side of that phone has a system inside it a system that recognizes certain features. So you're investing in that system that recognizes the feature.
Okay, right. Yeah.
You're not investing in like a fucking leaf or like, you're investing in a particular technology. So you're saying, what will we be used? That's what Zuckerberg is doing. Is going to, it's all virtual now. So all these virtual technologies, like these systems that are allowing VR to work, like, when you put a headset on, it's the technology that's in that system that's connected to a Bluetooth, that's connected to a laptop, all that back office system that allows those things to read signals. That's what you're investing.
Okay, right. Yeah.
What you don't see, basically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the idea, it was, to be fair, your man, as he was explaining it to me, I think he was just trying to, he overcomplicate the situation. Like, I mean, that's simplified to something fierce, but he actually, like, he went down routes that you're going, I don't think I need to be down here. Now, it did seem like a lot of investigation, or not so much investigation, but a lot of monitoring needs to be done too of it. Like,
I'd say some stuff I've just told you there, maybe some of that's probably a little bit inaccurate as well, but I think overall that's the general kind of gist of it. So you think to yourself, like, what are we moving towards in 20 years? So we moved, we started trading cows, then money came in. Now we don't use money, we just tap a card. So what's the next? So something has to come next.
Yes, yeah.
So what you're doing is you're investing in the technology of what's going to come next.
Fair enough.
See how it kind of works. So, like, it could get to a point now where you can pay for your petrol, basically your key fob could be linked to your fucking bank account. So if you go to the petrol station, you forget your wallet. So you just tap your key fob.
Well, I had been saying that, like, the for the tolls, the thing for your toll, I was like, it works on some car parks now as well. Like, when I pull down, the yoke goes up, recognizes the number plate, and you go, I'm like, why don't for everything? Why don't we do that for everything? Like just
Yeah.
link.
So you have your toll, your little white thing at the top
Yeah.
of the camera, right? That technology that's in that goes up against the camera when you're coming into the toll. A company had to create that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're investing in that. You're investing in that system.
Right.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
You're thinking of what is the next thing that we're going to have in 10 years' time that everyone's going to have. So we've all got phones now. So then so if everybody in Ireland had a toll, if you owned 2% stake in a company that made the toll tags, you'd be a millionaire.
Yeah.
So what's the next thing that's coming? So you got to think of what is the next thing. So that's why Mark Zuckerberg's done Meta.
Yes. Yeah.
I know in 10 years we're going to have virtual meetings. So instead of fucking flying to London for a meeting, you can sit in a meeting, you can design your own clothes, you put this thing on, and you'll be able to like turn your head left and right and talk to the person next to you at the table.
Fucking
so
hell.
Like you're not going to be on Zoom now, you're going to be in a room. And you'll be next to me and I'll be VR, I can turn and look at you, and then as you're sitting there, you can see me turning to your right.
Yes.
So the thing is that's what you're investing in, is that technology.
Holy shit! Do your neighbors know that you're this high tech? Because for anybody, I meant to actually talk to you about it. Right, Andrew Ryan, with a Tipperary name, from Cork, is living in Belfast, and he travels mostly to England.
Don't fucking ask why I'm here, man.
It's an amazing story though, that's where you ended up on the island of Ireland. You ended up in Belfast.
I'll tell you what happened. My mom got cancer and I moved home from London.
Yes.
When I was living in Cork with my mom, I was like, I want to live in Cork again. And what I was doing was, while I was living with my mom, I was flying to England every weekend or every second weekend to do gigs. And I realized, as a comedian, we can get gigs 6 months in advance.
Yeah.
So I was booking flights, and I was getting flights for $12.99, $7.99 with Ryanair. Get to 7:30 a.m. from Cork to Stansted, and the fucking train from Stansted to London's like fucking 30 quid.
Yeah.
So the way I'd look at it is like, well, that's cost me 37 quid to get to London. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was realizing, hold on a second, this is really cheap. Like, when you actually add it all up, it's, I can. So I thought, why don't I just move back to Cork and work in Ireland more, and also just go to England maybe twice a month, and then blah blah blah. And then I spoke to a mortgage broker, and I was like, "Can I buy a house?" They were like, "No bank will lend to you," even though I had a deposit that I'd saved up for years. They were like, because of Brexit and the fact that sterling is nervous at the moment because of Brexit. This was 2017-18, so they hadn't got their Brexit deal.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that's a disgrace. How can Irish people, who you're telling Irish people to come home from Australia, America, all these nurses, these engineers, these builders, we have a housing shortage, we don't have tradespeople. Yeah, we've Irish guys building houses in Australia. We've got nurses and all that. So you come home, but when we come home, we can't get anything.
Yeah. Fuck.
So I wrote to Michael McGrath, the Minister for Department of Finance and Expenditure, and I linked in an article to the Examiner where Enda Kenny said, come home, we're back, get all the immigrants back. But the minute you land in Ireland, right, you have to rent a house on affordable rent. You probably don't have a new job yet and then if you do, you have to do 12 months probationary till you get permanency. You then have to prove your income and all this kind of stuff. So you have to rent for a while. You're not going to get a mortgage for 3 years because you have to have 3 years
residency.
And if you're self-employed, you're screwed. Yeah. But some people won't be able to live with their parents. Do you know what I mean? So it was like, you're telling us to come home, but there's no infrastructure set up for people to come home to.
Classic.
So he wrote back to me and he said, like, it's a very valid point. He said, like, I want to know, why can't I get a mortgage on a foreign income in Ireland? We're a global country. We have people that live in Dublin that work for Canadian companies, American companies. Yes, they get paid, and the money gets paid in dollars, and they get paid in euros. I get paid in sterling, and I transfer it into my euro account, which the AIB can see every fucking week.
Yeah.
So you're happy to have the money in your bank, but you don't trust it as income. Yet here's fucking 6 years tax returns. Yet we're global Ireland, low flights. People, why can't I get a mortgage and just pay it?
Yeah.
and I'll pay it myself. Won't do it. So the next option was, well, if I want to live in Ireland, I have to go over the border.
That was genius. In all fairness, that was
So
genius.
basically, the reason why I'm living in Northern Ireland is purely because the fucking Brexit and the Irish government's failure to fucking recognise that other people can earn money in other countries.
That is just so bizarre. It just doesn't. But you can even imagine speaking to somebody and they're going, I know what you're saying. I know.
Like there's a housing crisis, and like the thing is, I say to people have this draconian view of Northern Ireland that they think it's backwards. People are fucking idiots. Like they're all dinosaurs and all that. I've lived here for a year now. I feel very safe here, and I live in East Belfast. I live with all the Protestants. Like
I love that. I
live like fucking. There must be a WhatsApp group in my housing estate about me. Like there has to be a WhatsApp group about me. Why is your man from the south living up here? And I'm like, I spent all day outside painting me Bobby Sands memorial outside. But I tell you something, I've lived here. I've got a lovely house. I have a 3-bed, 2-bathrooms, semi-detached, massive garden front and back, and I overlook the sea, and I'm a 20-minute walk to the airport.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
I'm an hour and 40-minute drive to Dublin. And if it was in Cork, it would be 2 hours and a half, 2.5 hours. I can drive to Dublin, drive to Cork, drive to Galway, whatever. Jump in the car. My mum's family are just down the road. I've got friends here. I'm a resident host of the Belfast Empire. My cost of living, I've got free healthcare. I've got a lovely house I've loved doing it. I've got amazing neighbours. I'm not a clubber. I'm not a boozer. I'm not interested. I've got beautiful. I work now, do a bit of work for Golf Northern Ireland, so I get to play some of the best courses in Ireland. I walk to the airport. I fly over for 20 quid, do my gigs, fly back. I flew back Sunday morning at 8 o'clock, and I was in the door. Landed at 8:40 from Manchester. Only 35-minute flight. And I got up, I was back in here for 9:10. I was listening to the fucking paper review on Sunday morning on RTE.
How could you ask for better?
And my car, like if you put my house in Dublin, you're paying 500,000 for it.
Sweet suffering. Ah, yeah, listen.
And I say to Irish people, it's like, and the system isn't set up. Like, and I feel so sorry for these engineers and nurses that are abroad and all these guys and girls that are coming back to Ireland. And it's like, we don't have the housing. And we also, our banking system isn't set up to lend. They don't want to lend because they're worried about risk.
Yeah.
But I've worked I've gone to another country, set myself up in another country, being self-employed, and yet you don't think that's worthy of being trustworthy when I can do it in another country. And surely I can continue working here. Like, it's where I'm from. You know what I mean?
You see, once upon a time, you could actually speak to a bank manager who would take the risk. You know what I mean? Like, and go, yeah, you know what? You're fucking right. Everything here makes sense. But because now they're going, I don't know what to tell you, Andrew. It's not in the book.
Do you know what? I got a mortgage, right? Very lucky to get a mortgage. And they were like, oh, you need to make sure, you can pay the mortgage. The minute that mortgage gets put into my account or I buy this house, they don't give a fuck where that money comes from once it's paid.
Nope.
They ain't checking my bank account to see if I'm gambling.
No.
They ain't fucking... like when you do it, like, oh, make sure you don't be seen gambling or taking out spending big money on jewelry before you get your mortgage. As soon as you're getting a mortgage, you're like, we need to assess risk. You're not assessing any fucking risk the day after I get the fucking mortgage, are you?
You could be literally fucking selling organs.
It's a bullshit system, like.
Yeah.
It's a bullshit system. So I think, like, I don't know what the answers are, but I just think people are getting screwed over. I think that, like, I used to work in a bank and they have too much power. And that's why things like Monzo and Revolut, all these new disruptors that are coming in, sticking it to the fucking Bank of Ireland and sticking it to the fucking AIB and all these cryptocurrencies that are making things a lot cheaper and a lot easier for people, and PayPal and all that kind of stuff. Like I know, so for me, it's a bit like good. And I think hopefully, like, if you want to win votes in Ireland, a government should set up their own fucking mortgages.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Government mortgage. Like, if Sinn Féin came in, I mean, I'd never really vote for Sinn Féin, but if they came in and said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to have our own central mortgage system. And I can tell you something, they'll be in power, and you get a 25-year-old on the housing ladder with a government mortgage, and then after 10 years, they go into a bank mortgage or something like that. fucking why it's standing clear in front of you. Like,
that used to be the case. That used to be the case years ago, like 30, 40 years ago. That you could get a government mortgage.
Yeah, get a government mortgage, like, you know.
It would be steep interest wise for the first 10 years, but like that you could switch over then and have your mortgage bought out by a mortgage company and drop the rate.
At least give people some hope, like.
I'm sure they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about that kind of stuff because they're not like, and I know it because I talk to lads who have worked in politics and they'll go in gung ho with your fucking amazing notions of how you're going to help Ireland and help the world, and then you're in the door, and like any public servants, you'll be just hey, fucking wind your neck in, son, will you? We're all here for the fucking long haul. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but like the thing is, like every decision you make in politics, there's always somebody going to lose out.
Yeah.
So I understand that. Like, I mean, if you go in and go, right, we're going to deregulate the banks again, but then potentially people could lose their jobs working in banks. And that has a knock-on effect to their house, their kids. Do you know what I mean? And so I understand all that kind of stuff, but surely there's another way. Like when all the people left Ireland in the mid-2000s because of the recession, I know a fella now that's over in America, and he worked in IT, worked for Dell out in Ballincollig. I think it was out in Ballincollig. Like, he went over to America. What happens then? You go to America. I'll go over there for 3-4 years, have the crack, and I'll come back.
Yeah.
He goes over there. What happens? Meets an American woman.
Yeah.
Falls in love. Fucking has kids. Now he doesn't come home. And what happens? You're losing these people, good Irish people that probably want to come back deep down, but they fall into a new life. And then they come back to Ireland and they're like, oh, fucking same shit again. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like quite sad because, like, I want to live in Cork. Like, I want to live in, and I think living in Belfast, even if I've had to go in from the north and work my way to the south, like, I'll fucking find a way again.
We'll plot the migration of Andrew Ryan as he makes his way down through. He'll start on his way to Monaghan, and all of a sudden he found his way in Mullingar.
I'll find a way, even if I have to go to Limerick for 6 months. I'll fucking find.
I hope you don't meet a woman in Offaly and you get stuck there, and then just like that you can't. A good Cork man lost in Offaly. Because he met
Chris Kent is back in Cork now. Right?
I know, sure. We're going meeting up next week. Like he went full balls back to the old days. He got his cards back, all his tools, and went back on the fucking Sparks again. Like, but
we were living together in England in the same place, and we'd see each other once or twice a week. And yeah, man, like, he went back, and I was down in his house, and he's happy out back. He's like, I went to England, I did it. We had the little knockabout, we had the kids over there, we had the laughs, but we got home. But there's Irish people that get out and they don't get home.
Yeah.
Because Chris was lucky to get home because he's got family here, he's got kids, he's got a support structure, he's got a lovely wife that's doing really well in her job. He could go back on the tools, and he's well known in Irish comedy, and he's in a perfect position to build. And I would love to be able to take what I have done in the UK and bring that back here.
Yes. And
contribute to the economy by running my own comedy nights, or, you know, and that creates employment. That, you know, like people don't realize that comedians create employment. Like, so like if you do a fucking 3-night run at the ICC, they have to bring in staff to cater.
Oh yeah.
They have to bring in tech. So what you're doing is creating jobs because of all the support networks that have to come in to make your event happen. So like, just pisses me off, you know what I mean? That, like, you know, I'm not asking for like a free house. I'm asking for an opportunity to be given that I have to suddenly go, right, we'll give you a mortgage, but you're gonna have to work fucking hard for it. I go, right, that's fine, I'll do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think we might we just start squatting. We just take over a couple of empty properties and say, fuck you.
Oh, fucking, I don't know,
fuck
man.
You.
You know what? In 25 years' time, you'll be having the same conversation.
Oh yeah, you know it.
Problem. Do you know what I mean? So nothing changes. So what you have to do, I think, is you have to change.
Yeah, you just need to get fucking.
And that's what I did. Like, you know, like I came up here, and I tell you, I'm very happy here. I never thought I would be happy here. I'll be honest with you. Like, what? I was like, what the fuck am I doing in the north? But I tell you something. Talk about this place getting a bad reputation in the media.
But so we went up for our second anniversary. We went up and did a tour of the whole north, just kind of following around the Game of Thrones thing for the crack. And we ended up in places, man, that I'd say the likes of me or my missus I'd say there's never been somebody. Like, we went to this one little village, it's north of Belfast, and Van Morrison lives there, apparently. That's what makes it. It's really long, weird fucking name of this place. But we stayed in this inn. It was one of the oldest inns in the whole of Great Britain. But you knew people were different to us, you know, that kind of way.
They're different. They're a bit different, yeah.
But it was this old Tudor building and stuff. But we were sitting down to dinner. Now, we were the youngest in there by 20 years, easy. But the food was spectacular. There was a guy playing the piano, and the waiter had been over a couple of times and whatever. And the owner came over to us, this old lad. He comes over and he says, "Do you mind if I sit down?" I says, "Yeah, of course." I says, "My name is Jim or whatever. I'm the owner. Can I just say, isn't this great?" I went, "What are you talking about, man? This, you know, I saw your name. I saw your surname on the register. Isn't this fantastic?" And it was like we'd literally landed from fucking like space. It was, for this man, it was just blowing his mind. He was in his 70s, hard-working fucker who worked his way up, bought this fucking inn. And he was like, "And you're from Tipperary?" You're like, dude, it's literally motorway the entire fucking, like, I can be there with the foot down right now at this hour of the night. I could be there in under 2 hours if I had the foot down. I'm telling you, it's not that far away. I was like, yeah. I know, but it is far away. I went, all right, okay. But he kind of gave us
culturally, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, like it's so Irish up here and British at the same time.
That's so like, paradox, isn't it?
Like it's like I live in a British area and I go down the town and I see Presbyterian churches and churches of England or whatever, and I wouldn't fucking see an O'Neill's top anywhere.
Yeah.
I drive 1 mile. I'm fucking sick of looking at the fucking O'Neill's tops.
Yeah. It's
like, you know what I mean? Like, I tell you the funny thing is I worked in B&Q over the pandemic here, and there was a guy that worked there. His name was Kieran. He was a lovely fella, and obviously he was Irish because it was Kieran, and he had the father, right? And we worked in B&Q in East Belfast, right? So this is a fucking, you know, predominantly British area. 75-78% identify as British. And he was working at the returns counter, and there was a guy giving him jip. Northern Irish guys, yeah, they did all this kind of stuff. Like Kieran's like, no, you can't bring it back, man. You've bought it, you've used it, you want a refund because you've used it. It's not broken, blah blah. So your man turned around to him and said, "Hey, you Fenian prick, you," and walked out of the shop. And I went up to Kieran and went, "Jesus, Kieran, I'd never seen anything like that before, you know."
Yeah.
Like being Irish in the UK. When I talk about UK, I'm talking about London, Manchester. They fucking love us.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but they fucking love us. But up here, and I said to Kieran, I said, "Listen, man, that's really bad that your man said that, yeah." And he called you a Fenian prick. And he goes, "Oh, I kind of like felt bad for him." I was like, I'm sorry about that. He goes, "What are you feeling sorry for? I am a Fenian prick." He says, "I turn up to work with a fada in my name. Of course I'm a fucking Fenian." And I just went, but he was just like, couldn't give a shit.
Nothing.
He was just like, that's like me calling you a fucking goal. Like, you know, when you're in the pub on a Saturday night, and I'd be like, "Tom, you stop being a fucking goal, man."
Yeah.
You're just so desensitized. Whereas me, I'm not desensitized because it's something new for me.
Yeah.
Whereas he was like, "God, sure, this happens. This is how we speak." And I was like, "Oh shit, yeah." Like they don't. What we would find offensive is not what they find offensive.
Yeah. You know? It's funny because I was, Belfast is such an odd place. Not just for that, but it's a paradox of a place, even religion aside, because it's wealthy and it's like it's modern in so many ways. And I remember one of the nights I was driving up, I was meeting Geddes for a fucking coffee or something just before a gig, and I rounded a corner, and it was lads jumping up on the bonnet of a fucking, you know, one of the white Land Rovers trying to set fire to shit, like hoods up, way fucking going mad. I'm like, oh Jesus, right. And I mean, not 500 meters up the road and back around where I just pulled up, there was lads like discussing paninis and fucking hummus.
Yeah.
This is.
Do you know what it is? It's like living 1985 and 2021 together.
Yeah.
You're living in two different centuries, like
just retro shit happening over there.
And you know what? It's interesting because, like, I don't really know what the solution is for Northern Ireland. I think Northern Ireland should fuck off Ireland and fuck off the UK.
Yeah, do their own thing.
And call it the Republic of Paddies and Pallets. You know, they burn the pallets, right? Call it the Republic of Paddies and Pallets, and just fucking have zero tax. Get fucking everyone coming over here, like fucking just do whatever they want to do with it, right? It's such a weird, unique. Now, look, I'll probably never stay here for the rest of my life. Like, you know what I mean? I'm here it's a COVID situation, and now that we're coming out of COVID, I'd probably reevaluate. Maybe I'll probably do another year.
Yeah.
And at the moment, I'm enjoying it, and I don't want to move. I don't want the stress of moving again. I'm settled here. I have friends here. My work is going great, commuting. I'm like, you know what? This really suits me. This setup really suits me at the moment. So, but I tell you something. I would say to people who listen to this podcast is what you think Northern Ireland is probably not what you think it is.
Yeah.
The trouble in Northern Ireland is confined to a very, very tiny area. Right? Yeah. And that obviously just makes the news. I get that. But I have had some of the best nights out.
Oh, some crack.
Crack you have. And the minute you, like, it's just so, like, there's Gaelic here, there's music here, there's arts, there's comedy, there's cultures, there's Dublin, an hour and 20 minutes away, there's Portrush, the Sea, the Cliffs of Moher, and all these, not Cliffs of Moher, or what you call it, is it Cliffs of Moher? I can't remember. All that fucking shit is up the top, right? And it's cheap. It's much.
Oh, it's way cheap.
I get free healthcare, mate. I get free healthcare.
That's amazing.
I don't pay. I've been to the doctors twice this year, and I've been to the hospital once, and I was seen within 10 minutes, and I didn't pay a fucking penny.
Fuck. Yeah, that would be something we could have done.
I sometimes go in there just for the crack.
Well, lads.
All right. Check out the old spine there, will you?
I haven't looked at it in a while. Would you have a look? I can't see it where I'm standing, lads. Way, right.
You know, it's crazy, man. So, but there is an element of a certain percentage of people that are a little bit sort of like.
But you get cunts everywhere, like.
Yeah, but like someone said to me recently, oh, I hear about the Holy Lands in Belfast where all the students are and they're all fighting and all that. I goes, hold on a second. We're from Cork. There was a kid murdered on fucking College Road in Cork at a house party. He was stabbed to death.
Yeah.
Like Cork is no different than a lot of the trouble that we have up here. The trouble up here is, you know, it's deep-rooted hatred and regarding, you know, the Northern Ireland Protocol and stuff like that. And, you know, I don't know what the solution is, but like there's trouble everywhere. Like some of the shit I've seen in Dublin. Like,
oh man, you should see Dublin now. After next time you do the lounge and you go walking, we'll say back up to your car, it doesn't look like the Dublin it used to look like.
Yeah. And you know what? I was in Dublin. It really struck me was the homelessness. You know, before the pandemic. It really struck me. I was on O'Connell Street and like. I was like, fucking hell, man, we've a lot of fucking social issues, like.
Man,
a lot of social issues.
The mad jokes that were coming in, I guess over lockdown, people were just coming in from places that fucking were kind of crazy towns and they were just coming into the city and they have not gone back with the fucking tide. You know what I mean? Now that things are opening back up again. Like I was walking down the street going, man, you know, your fists inside your pockets, like, which you wouldn't normally be. It was normally a chill vibe, like people were out in the town. Just felt rough as fuck.
Oh,
something I've never felt walking down the street in Belfast. Like
whole
swathes of scumbags walking around and junkies just twitchy looking for fucking, you know, onto their next gear, like.
Yeah, straight. I was up at the Falls last week. I met Paddy McDonald, a comedian, for coffee, and we went to this lovely cafe. And so the cafe is here, and then the Peace Wall is here.
Right, yeah.
Units are over there, like they're just over the fence, right? And I walked in anyway, and you're looking at Padraig Pearse, fucking pictures of Padraig Pearse. I'm like, oh, Jesus, this is fucking proper, like, fucking Irish, like. Didn't bother me. I walked in. Hiya, how's it going? Can I get a latte? Where are you from? I goes, I'm from Cork. Fucking hell, jeez, that's great. I've been in Cork 2 years ago. I'm like, fucking hell.
Wind it in, man.
He came over then and goes, what are you doing up here? And I was like, oh, I'm just meeting Paddy. Oh, you mean Paddy the comedian? Are you a comedian? What's your name? And she takes out her fucking phone and starts watching me on fucking YouTube walking around. And I was like, what the fuck? Because you know what? In Northern Ireland, if they like you, they fucking like you.
When they latch onto a thing, and I've noticed that because I'd be as one of the most frequent visitors, comedian-wise, from the South. And you'd see it like, I could sell more tickets in Belfast than I could in Tipperary. The whole county of Tipperary.
Oh, I'll tell you, Tom, like next time you're up here, give me a shout, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, come out to the house and I'll show you where I live and all that. Like, and I just tell you, boy, it's such an interesting place to live. I never thought in my life I would end up here, but I tell you something, I don't regret it.
No, but it's such a move, man. You were able to buy it.
I had friends of mine from Cork come up for weekends, you know, to visit. Like, oh, I'm going up there. Will I be all right up there now?
Will I be all right? bringing the batteries with him, like.
I'm like, will my C reg be all right? I'm like, listen, man, it's not fucking Gaza Strip. Like if I'm living here, surely it's okay.
Yeah.
And they come up and they go, do you know what? I really changed my opinion on this place. He goes, well, good. Like, it's just a normal place.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. The news doesn't do it any fucking favors either. But like, I've gigged like in the countryside as well around the north. Like, and when they do, but anything they latch onto in the way, whether it's tractors or religion or sport or whatever, when they fucking latch onto it, like, man, like country music. That's where we're all going wrong. We need to be doing country music and just base ourselves in the north. Like, you've a great name, Andrew Ryan. It sounds like a country singer. Like, you could, I'm telling you, you'll put 500 artists 3 nights a week in fucking dance halls all around the north.
Andrew Ryan, country singer, his first song, Baby Don't Ever Leave Me.
There you go. Just throw in the odd bit about a tractor and fucking something else happening. You'd be all right.
It was a 1.7 2-liter engine driving through the turf, sucking diesel.
I'm so glad we have this recorded, because that's your first promo.
You should put that out as your little fucking highlight.
So what can we? So we're not allowed to know about what's happening golf next.
That's happening very soon. Next September, I have a UK and Ireland tour.
Brilliant.
So we're playing the north to south, London and England. They're probably going to do about 20 dates. Got a few bits and bobs coming out on the TV soon. Did a little TV pilot there with Shane Casey and Zach Moradi for hopefully Touchwood, RTE pick it up. We filmed the taster and all that. So, and then it's basically just writing gigs, writing jokes, and obviously if this project that I'm working on, it's kind of like an online thing. Hopefully that'll help. But no, just getting back at it now and trying to gig in Ireland more now, and just trying to do gigs in Ireland and get a bit more scene in Ireland, and hopefully do a few festivals next year. But no, that's it, man. Like life is good again, It's
great.
It's good again.
Well, I need to bring you down to Limerick. I have Limerick and Clonmel. I have two gigs down there.
Oh, I'll do that.
Yeah.
No, just message me, we'll get the dates in,
Andrew Ryan, this has been an absolute treat, brother.
No worries, Tom.
And my thanks again to Andrew. So, follow him, Andrew Ryan Comedy on Instagram. Is probably the handiest place to follow him. Like I said, he couldn't even tell me what the big announcement was when it comes to this new show that they're doing. So, I'm kind of interested to see what pops out of it. Savage stand-up. He is the resident host at the Empire. So, you'll find him. He'll be gigging more and more around Ireland. He's got a tour on the go, so keep an eye on that. Now, like I said, if you want to join the old Patreon to support the show, you physically will be paying for the new gear that's coming in the next fortnight. There is a new couple of bits of merch coming as well, so click on through if you do follow me on any Instagram. If you can, leave a review on whatever platform you listen to, that'd be great. It just helps other people find it. If you can't, just do a screen grab and let me know where you're listening. Tag the old page, whether it's Bookshop Podcast or just me. Be great. Right, going away, have a smashing weekend, and I'll talk to you again next week. Good luck and blessing things.